I give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right? What is wrong? Just give me a sign. What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more.
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me
Please.
no more.
What is love? Now I don't know why you're not there. I give you my love, but you don't have. So what is right and what is wrong? Just give me a sign. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. Now I don't know, what can I do? What can I say? It's all feel. I know we're one, just me and you. I can't go on. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. I want no other. No other lover. This is our life. This is our time. When we're together, I want you forever. No, 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 no. I'm in love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me
No more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
Baby, don't hurt me
No more.
What is love?
Oh, oh,
Oh, oh,
oh, oh,
oh,
oh, oh,
Hey,
What is love?
what is love? What is love? What is love?
Welcome to the Virtual Staff Comedy Theater. It's time for the Dr. Dunning and Mr. Kruger show. Please welcome to your screen, Dr. Dunning and Mr. Kruger.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dr. Dunning and Mr. Kruger show. We got a great one for you tonight. As always, on screen, you see Nicole Eichenberg, co-host of the Dr. Dunning and Mr. Kruger show. And our guests tonight are Shahara Hyatt and Edward Johnson.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, hello.
This is going to be a fun one. Normally, we kind of bury the lead a little bit in our intro, but we're going to jump right into it. Tonight, we're talking about secret societies and the people who either think they're secret or think they're actually up to something nefarious. So that's the fun we're going to have tonight. But as always, we will kick off with the definition. For those of you who don't know, the Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning-Kruger effect is defined as a cognitive bias where people with low ability at a task overestimate their own abilities. This illusory superiority also leaves them with the inability to recognize their own shortcomings while failing to recognize the skills and abilities of others. In other words, they're not stupid, they just don't know any better. And to put it simply, it's supreme confidence in their own ignorance.
Donald Trump.
We've done, what, 2 shows on him? We did Trumpism and we did QAnon. Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
wow.
Him and his followers are the poster childs.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I said that correctly. The poster childs of what we talk about here on the show. We have I think we've discussed a future Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert episode, which I did promise I would break out my long lost Midwestern Southern accent for, to make it more authentic, even though I've spent years getting rid of it. So the first thing we're going to kick off with is we're going to kick off with some examples of secret societies. Everyone's always got a favorite of theirs or something they want to talk about, or so on and so forth. So let's kick it off with Nicole. Nicole, what's your favorite secret society?
After some research, it is the Foresters Friendly Society, which was a secret society, but their main thing is they offered sick benefits to working class workers. The only thing you had to do to get into this club was pass an examination by a physician. So who knows what that entailed. But they still provide insurance today, and they do a lot of community service activities. So that's pretty cool.
What's the name of the group again?
It was the Foresters Friendly Society.
Foresters Friendly Society. That does sound friendly. Nice alliteration there at the beginning. I mean, who wouldn't want to be part of that group? I like that. Shahara, what is your favorite secret society?
Okay, so mine might be a little bit obvious, but I have to go with the Illuminati for this one. Because I think that it really perfectly combines, it's like celebrity skepticism, like we know we're up to some shit, but also we're obsessed with them. And I feel like that intersection is like where I come in pop culturally. I'm like very wary of celebrities, but also love to know every detail of what's happening in pop culture. So I like it because it kind of, it gives the people a little something to pay attention to. It has like, really good iconography, the pyramids, the eyes, the
Right, this is true.
triangles. It's like little Easter eggs and music videos and
On the back of the dollar bill. I mean, yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with the classics.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, Illuminati is always a great one.
It also feels like maybe it's the most not real,
It's like the ultimate.
Most real.
It's the ultimate dichotomy. It's the most likely to not exist, and it's the most likely to do the most damage. It's
there's like the most evidence for it, but
that's so awesome. Edward, your favorite secret society?
Kind of like so it's not like an offshoot of the Illuminati, but like the Boule. I always thought the Boule was very interesting because it's like the black version of the Illuminati, where it's like the members are believed to be like Quincy Jones, Oprah Winfrey, Al Sharpton. I mean, it's like I don't really know who's a part of it, but they always talk about this secret organization of black elites, and they call it the Boule. Yeah, I find that I always find that very interesting. It's like Bill Cosby. It's like everybody's in it.
Okay.
And the more things will roll out, right? Then you're like, I can see that now. Like, okay, that makes sense why one man can like drug
right
dozens of women and no one say anything about it for about 40 years.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say too, that's interesting to know about like the Boule, because I, just looking into secret society stuff too, it seems like some people believe that all secret societies are linked at like a top level. So it's like, oh yeah, Illuminati, Boule. Plus, isn't Illuminati? It's like I feel like Beyonce and Jay-Z are two of the most prominent.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the top. Yeah, they're like the top of the Boule right now, right?
Yeah.
Totally. And like now, who knows where Kanye sits on that? It's like, is he part of it or is he like the victim? It's like this crazy.
Yeah.
How to get me his peak. It's like, well, okay.
I'm sure he's like chairman of the board. And like,
right? Yeah. So I'm trying to think like Will Smith and like Chris Rock. They could be part of the Boule too, like for the whole like distraction of Hollywood. Yeah, they're team captains.
Illuminati.
Right.
So is it possible that the slap incident was the Boulet's version of
Oh,
the Montreal
man.
screw job?
I don't know what I gotta look that Montreal.
The Montreal screw job is a wrestling work. It's the Bret Hart
Okay.
Shawn Michaels match. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing was.
I totally know what that is.
Yeah, the whole thing was supposed to be staged. And it was, no one ever admitted that it was a work or So I always wondered if this wasn't the same thing.
It's like where Bret Hart was told he was going to win. He was going to win because he was in his home country, right? And then, then at the end, they all lied. They all conspired around him.
Right.
That's a.
Yeah.
So who's the victim? Who's the one? Is it Chris Rock that's like is getting getting screwed, or is it Will Smith?
In this instance, I think it's all of us because it's a week and a half. It's a week and a half later, and we're still talking about it.
We're all talking about it, right? Yeah.
It's we just can't help it. Yeah.
I know. I swore I wouldn't talk about it anymore, but then I was like, they're gonna stop Bad Boys 4? Like, I was like, you guys changed it up a little bit.
Well, it's funny. I had never heard of the organization, the Belay, until now, but now it kind of makes sense because it like you said, it explains why Bill Cosby got away with what he got away with, and why Hannibal Buress no longer has a career because he's the one that said something. I mean, no one's heard from that dude in a long time. I think Eric Andre may have actually shot him. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't fake. Maybe that wasn't fake.
Justice for Hannibal. Justice for Hannibal.
Exactly. Yeah. Got to get him back.
I saw them actually. I saw them do that show, Aaron Andre show. I saw it live in LA, like in the beginning of the COVID thing, and then like Adult Swim did this special event, and like that was it. And then Hannibal Buress was there, and they talked a lot about Jeffrey Epstein, and like he would walk around like his death. It was not a suicide. It was like very, very interesting. I mean, I loved it until the point where like they had some guy come out in his underwear. He was like sitting in a vat of chili, and then like they had some like a random person like sip the chili, and then he like threw it up and he like sprays it all over the crowd. And then I had all this chili on me from this dude's like tighty whities, and it was just like the worst. It was the worst experience. You never want to get hot, warm chili out of somebody's like tighty whities, even if it is Aaron Andre.
I don't even know where to go with that. That's disgusting.
It was pretty bad. I didn't like him for a long time after. I was like, oh Eric Andre, never forget that move.
The live Eric Andre show I went to, they gave us ponchos with hoods to wear, but they like poured like milk on the ground and like threw cheeseburgers at us. It was
what? I'd much rather have a cheeseburger thrown at me.
Yeah.
And Gallagher be sitting at home pissed off about that. So
that's cool. I'm glad somebody else seen a live Eric Andre show. That's good.
That's hilarious.
I was so high. It was perfect.
It's perfect, right? It's such a weird mind trip, that show. It's like a crazy like it's a crazy vibe. It's like a very anti like everything that what is it? Like a lake show is. It's like the complete opposite of that. Like you don't feel good at all. By the time you're like excited, and by the time it's over, you're like, this is a nightmare. Slightly.
Hey, we have a terrible show for you tonight.
Exactly.
Have any of you seen Jackass Forever?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, he's got about 2 or 3 scenes in there. He's
okay.
He's in it quite a bit, actually. And even he at a couple points is like, I can't handle this, and I'm like, wow, if he can't handle it, you guys are doing something great. The one that I wanted to point out was I came across them in this came in this group, and I'll talk about it real quick. They were called the Independent Order of Oddfellows. And the only reason I like them is because until Nicole mentioned her group, it's the only secret society I could find that did anything good.
Right.
Like all of them are about cover-ups and secrets and hiding things and getting people promoted up to wherever and power and stuff. And these guys just went out and did anonymous random good deeds for people.
They're like superheroes.
And they were English, which is like really weird because we know they don't usually do that. But So I just thought it was kind of like I thought it was a really cool name and a really cool thing that they were doing. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can get behind these guys. So, and now we know everyone's favorite secret society. Oh, we lost him. There he is. We're off to a great start.
Yes.
So for segment 2, since we are here at Stab, we're going to pay homage to one of Stab's famous bits, where we're going to repurpose an acronym. There's supposedly the New World Order, NWO, is a secret society hell-bent on world domination through the establishment of a totalitarian one-world government. By the way, it's also a song by Ministry and a wrestling faction led by a black and white Republican,
Yeah.
which is where
Too sweet.
Yeah, that's where I first learned about NWO. As cool as I think Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash were.
Yeah, man, that was the best.
That's one of the best wrestling factions ever.
Yeah.
So great. And I love that time of wrestling, but I don't want to get too far sidetracked on that because I will take up the entire hour.
We can do a whole, we can do a whole
we'll save that for another episode. But we are going to start off with Edward here. Edward, NWO, New World Order. Let's reimagine that acronym. What else could it stand for? What'd you come up with for me?
Let's see. Niggas with ovaries? I don't know.
He goes to the one place none of us can.
I know, right? I know. That's why I totally did that. Now we out. I think that's perfect for like the post-COVID era. Now we out.
Okay, I like it.
I did that for you guys.
Thank you. That was terrific. Nicole, what are you thinking with NWO?
So I stole this off somebody on the internet, but I picked normally we offend because yeah.
I like that.
I real quick. I obviously am not going to say the name, but Edward, what would your organization do? Oh, now we out. Yeah,
now we out there. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I can say
the
that.
The first one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now we out, but the first one, maybe it would be like a company that will go around and pull over. Take like repurpose ovaries into males. I don't know, and so that men can now have birth, and they can now be baby. The men can now be baby daddy mamas. And then they can go after the baby mama daddies for child support.
No, wait, no, baby daddy mommy, wasn't that the mascot from the Budweiser commercial?
Wait.
Oh no, that's Puppy Monkey Baby. I'm sorry.
Puppy Monkey.
I got confused.
You were not far off.
I got confused for a second. I apologize.
I think that's what they really called it in the room when they were kicking the idea around. Baby mama.
Yeah.
Baby mama monkey daddy. There was like, wait a minute. But no, now we out would just be an organization. Maybe they would just go out and like, just gives out, just give out free COVID tests and like, thermoses filled with soup. And that's it. I don't know. Now we out. That's what I kind of think. Or it can be like an organization of like people coming out or something like. That's
a good one too. I see.
Now we're coming out of the closet.
Yeah, they come to your house.
Exactly. Now we out. I like that.
They help you like set up a whole thing for it.
That would actually serve a useful purpose in this world. I like that one. Nicole, what was real quick on your acronym? What would your what would you give us a quick? What would your group do?
I would say bring joy to the world through crude humor.
Is there anything better? It's just the best. I have an extremely dark sense of humor as someone who does 5 minutes of jokes about his dead mom. I mean, and people don't really seem to appreciate it, but that doesn't stop me.
I can understand that.
My NWO is very simple and very self-explanatory. My NWO is No Way Olstein. It is an organization which is responsible for tracking mega pastors and make sure the money is spent properly.
Oh my God. No way,
Because-
Holstein. Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, if you're the head of a church that gets broken into and they steal $600,000 in cash from your safe, my first question is, why do you have $600,000 in cash?
That's totally real.
That's a fair question. Yeah.
You're
I
not
like why. And would it be too much to ask? Like, why is he always squinting when he's doing his service? He's always like,
there's a lot of lights in there. I mean,
you think,
yeah, there's a lot of lights. And there's no bangs on that mullet, so he's not going to get any coverage.
man, Joel Osteen. Remember he didn't let. Remember when there was that? They had that flood. Like
Mhm.
they had that
Yep.
flood in there, and then like, it was like, "You're not coming into
No.
sanctuary."
No, yeah, I'm sorry. When the Houston Rockets and the New Orleans Saints do more to help the homeless during a flood than a church,
I know, right? That was like the one time where like racism kind of like subsided a little bit, right? Like people were riding around in their monster trucks, 7 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that was a beautiful moment. But yeah, then speaking of secret societies and things that are done, that was kind of strange how the Houston Rockets won after that, right? Didn't they win not the Houston Rockets, but was it the Astros, the baseball team?
well,
They won the World Series.
Well, they cheated. That's completely different. They were banging on they were banging on trash cans in the dugout where a fastball was coming.
Oh, okay.
So that was their thing. I always thought it was a sports conspiracy. The Patriots winning the Super Bowl after 9/11. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
one that
totally.
I'm like, that's.
I
don't really
Right.
think that's what happened, but I can get behind it. So
Yeah, I totally believe
felt
that.
very 9/11.
yeah, and plus
Yeah.
it was a chance for the NFL to screw the Raiders over one more time. So
One
I mean,
more.
Shahara,
The
what's
Patriots
your,
always seem to win. Oh, go ahead.
go.
No, I was gonna say the Patriots will always win whenever America's like morality is like in the the wane, you know.
You'd think it'd be the Cowboys, but that's how bad the Cowboys are. They couldn't even rig it for them to win.
Yeah,
So-
it's all about the Minutemen, you know, the original ones.
Mhm.
Shahara, what you got for me on that on NWO?
Okay, NWO. So what I came up with after kind of seeing that almost all secret societies are almost all men, I thought this is a very 2016 joke, but I'm going with Nasty Women's Organization. Alternatively, the neoliberal women's occult.
I
Who's in it?
really
Like Cruella
that one.
DeVille.
Yes, Cruella DeVille. She's just a spokeswoman for it. Obviously, Hillary's got to be in there.
Yeah, Hillary. Yeah,
We're putting Cheryl Sanders
like the lizard one or the robot one. It's like which one?
yeah, both Hillarys and the hologram.
And the hologram.
It's all about like breaking the glass ceiling through the techniques of girl bossery.
Oh yeah.
Girl bossery. I like that one. That
Would Jada Pickett be in there?
Jada Pinkett
What's
is
it?
in there. Grimes is in there.
Beyonce. I just want to name all the crazy,
Please.
all the people in there.
I love where you're going with this. Cruella DeVille and Jada Pinkett are great additions.
Right, that's a good one. Solange and the whole family. Kim Kardashian should be in it.
Kim
Not
Kardashian.
Kim.
Oh my god.
Well, maybe not Kim. Maybe Chris, like her, Chris
Yeah.
Jenner.
Oh yeah, the mom.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. I'd go with that. She would
Yeah.
definitely. She'd qualify for some of that nastiness.
She's like momager girl boss extraordinaire.
Right.
But it just seems it's funny to me in a not quite comical way, but like we call it like the nasty women's organization, and we name off all these successful, powerful women, but everyone's totally fine with associating them with nastiness. But you would never hear someone call a group of men like the Bastards organization.
Oh man, come on. We know who there's in that already. We got
but they wouldn't get a name that sounds
Osteen.
anything bad.
Right. Oh, I guess so.
And not that I even remember the 2016 presidential election as well. You know, I've blocked that most of that out. But wasn't it kind of like they're taking it back? It's like, yeah, we're nasty women, but we're like We're like
Oh,
centrist Democrat girl boss white feminist.
Right. I mean,
they
it was
totally scared like the white men for like.
So true.
No, we cannot let her get in there. Yeah,
it
after
was
that.
it was kind of it's
Very
kind of like the going back a little ways, but the whole Tina Fey thing on SNL. Her and Amy Poehler did a thing on the news where it was they were taking the word bitch back.
Right.
Like you know, bitches get shit done. Like so call us that. That's fine.
I love you.
And they made their point, and then I got a kick out of that one.
Just going back to 2016, like
Mhm.
I was just talking about this. You remember right before the election, then like the FBI they come up onto the stand like on the Friday before the election day, and they're like, we found something in Hillary's emails. They didn't say what it was. They just said they found something in Hillary's emails. And I just remember thinking like, oh, she's done. Like, there's no way she can win after the FBI comes up with this. You guys, I don't know. Does anybody remember that? Okay.
Oh yeah, totally. It's funny
like,
too. Like everybody remembers just like but her emails, but it's like none of us even remember. I don't know what was in those emails.
No, it turned out to be. I think
nothing.
it was mostly nothing. But I think the thing that the FBI said that they found that was Weiner. It was like stuff about it was Anthony Weiner. Remember when he was like holding the baby and he had like a little half chub and he was all like sitting at the lady, and it was like that was what they found. But it was like that had nothing to do with Hillary. So why did you put her name in it to like ruin her election chances right before?
Because they're both Democrats.
That's some like Bilderberg,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, some real secret society shit right there.
That is the funny thing to me too about the idea of secret societies is like there's so much more that's already obvious on the surface, of like nefarious political money, connections that are like puppeteering politics and like culture and people.
Puppeteering politics.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that we kind of like go through these like elaborate kind of like mental games to come up with these like almost like imaginary groups when there's so many people that you could actually do and be like, this guy's evil, she's evil, he's evil.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, they're all like, like these, like all these fake groups that they're out there, but there's like just so many real dangers, like real potentials out here that are like constantly affecting our lives. One of the arguments, like people are like, oh, those secret societies aren't real because who's gonna hold the line and pull the line or hold the line? I was like, you would be surprised how what I'm saying, how little money like would make somebody do something heinous, Like, like somebody will knock their grandmother off a flight of stairs for like $1,000 giving giving them some crack or something.
1,000's a little light. I might do it.
What's a crack too?
Oh well, if you're gonna throw some crack in, it's been a while. So
I know. Yeah, it's like now it's the preferred is crystal meth.
Well, that's but more to Shahara's point, the one thing I've always kind of said about stuff like that is like when people would like post these outlandish Trump stories, it's like you don't need to make stuff up about him.
Right.
The stuff that he does is bad enough on its own. You don't need to embellish it.
It's so weird how they can't get him either. It's like I would never imagine like the things that he did before he got elected. I can't imagine like that would crush somebody, any regular person. Remember that guy? He just went, and that was it for him.
I know.
Right? It was over. He got a little excited. It was over. Trump's like sleeping with like Playboy, and like extortion, and then he's like grab him by the privates. And like and then not even just that phrase, it's like the whole build up to that phrase. Like when you're rich and you're powerful, you can do anything you want. Just go up and grab them by the, and then it's like, that sounds like a supervillain. That sounds like something like Lex Luthor would do, right? And then you're like, oh, he's the president now? Like, okay, well, maybe after, and maybe if we found out after, then it's like, okay, well, he's the president, whatever, what can you do? But it's like, no, like we voted him on that premise, like, okay, well,
right. And not to make it too like about politics too, but it's like, oh yeah, I mean political leaders are like a pedophilic sex cult, you know what I mean? I think that's just like true. That's not even like
it seems to come up an awful lot.
Yeah,
I
Joe
mean,
Biden got his
I mean,
videos too.
They're all nasty as hell. They're all like
Yeah.
so much nastier than just like regular.
well, even if you go back and look at the history of the presidents in this country, like almost every single one of them's got some kind of sex scandal.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though
mean,
like the presidents you don't know, right? Like,
Exactly. So on a lighter note, can I tell you a little bit more about the Nasty Women's Organization?
yes,
Oh,
please.
absolutely.
So, okay, for our annual retreat, we go to Austin, Texas to do hot yoga and get our yonis steamed.
What's a yoni? No,
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, yeah.
I'm 1970s granola pussy.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna have to throw a flag on the play. I need an explanation on that. I don't
Yeah.
recognize that
I
term.
guess it's self.
Okay.
You kind of use our
Okay.
Yoni
imagination.
Okay.
steaming is very very woo, very California, very Portland, very.
Oh,
Okay.
is it a real thing? That's like
Yes.
a real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
But it's not good for you ladies. It can burn your pussy. So
yeah.
in secret society, we gotta do all kinds of nasty shit.
I was gonna say, I just based on the research I did for this show, that's probably one of the tamer things I've heard of in comparison.
There's your research. TikTok, they got the most.
I know.
TikTok, my algorithm is like loaded with like crazy stuff. I'm like, I don't even. Can I even believe this at all? Like,
For our next segment, I had a little fun here. I played with words. Instead of just build a bear, I called it build a barely functional secret society. And this is kind of the equivalent of us giving a fifth grade history report to the class. We're going to give each of you a chance to talk about your own secret society. It can be the one that you made up the NWO acronym for. It could be a brand new one. It could be whatever you want. But just kind of give us an overview of what this new secret society that you want to create is all about. And we're going to start this with Shahara. And
Great.
we're going to have you go in. I believe you said you wanted to continue talking about the NWO. Your NWO.
And so I've already kind of shared most of what I have about the NWO, the neoliberal women's occult / nasty women organization. But but the other things I haven't really included is so the secret is the secrets of girl bossing. Those are the secrets that we're holding, which I think of as kind of like almost a feminine alternative to like life hacks. So it's about gender parity in secret societies and global institutionalization of like girl bossing. And the way we would make the women keep secret is we would use the cult tactic of getting them to confess all of their most embarrassing sins, and then we would blackmail them. So that's what we do.
Oh my god.
that sounds great.
Shahara, that's nasty.
You are.
I'm a nasty woman.
Yeah, you are the ringleader.
I'm like game theory manipulative.
But it's funny you should mention the blackmail. What was the sex cult that got busted a few years ago?
Nexium.
Yeah,
Nexium does that, and
They did the same-
Scientology does that too.
Oh, yes.
They have
Yeah,
people
they're-
like write out all of their like deep secrets and they collect them, and then they're like, you can't leave. If you do, we'll release all of your deep dark secrets.
What is this called? What was it called? Nexta? What?
Nexium, it's like
Nexium.
it's like spelled without vowels, so it's kind of hard to like spell it, but it's like NXIM or something like that.
Yeah, they look like Roman numerals or almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh.
was really odd. And there was some actress, some reasonably well-known actress that was a member of the group, and she was like one of
Allison
their.
Mack.
Yeah, thank you.
Allison Mack.
Yeah,
She
she
would
was.
definitely
I'm like
be
really writing this stuff down. I'm like,
for real.
what?
Oh, you'll want to look it up. It's a horrible story, but it's amazing at the same time. It's like I can't believe these people exist.
There's
Really?
like a
It's like-
documentary and a podcast on it. So
It's like just like Scientology. You're like, how does this?
Mhm.
How do they have a ship?
Hey, international waters can't prosecute. That's what.
Man, it's crazy.
That's
Is
scary.
that all Tom Cruise money too? It's like how?
I-
how are they keeping this on afloat? We ain't
Wait,
gonna
Will
go-
Smith too. Wait, I just learned that
Wait.
Will Smith is a Scientologist. I didn't
I've-
even know that.
No!
Yeah.
I've heard both. I've heard he is and I've heard he isn't.
Okay, maybe not. I
Oh
shouldn't
my
repeat things I don't actually
God.
know anything
No,
about.
no,
Oh
but see,
my
that's
God.
just no. I've 50-50. like equal amounts of he is and
Wow.
equal amounts of he's not. So I don't know on that
So
one.
the truth is out there, you guys. Do your
Red
own
Truth
research.
is out there.
But
I
I don't-
remember they tried to recruit me for some Scientology, and I was like, it was weird. It was like an Asian guy selling Dianetics out in front of a supermarket. And he's like, you know what, sir? He's like, tell me your thing. I was like, oh, he's like, what do you do? I was like, well, I'm an artist, and he's like, an artist? You come across as someone who likes to work with your hands. And I was like a date, like a, you know what I mean? Like a slave or something. Like, I didn't, I was so
Yeah, you're like, what are you trying to say?
Like, he's trying to say here.
Have you ever worked on a boat? No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what he wanted. You ever lifted heavy things onto a cart, like while whipping on your back? Like, nah, never.
Like,
Yeah.
am I trying to join a religion or like get a job at Amazon? Like, what are you talking about?
Right, yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, is Scientology MLM at this point? Like, is that what it is now?
No, is it what? Is it BLM now?
MLM.
Oh.
No. I did. Yeah.
Oh man. I was like, Scientology is really making its ways.
Okay. Just take a quick moment to kindly point out that no, the host did not just compare Scientology to Black Lives Matter. I want to emphatically state that is not what I said. I said MLM, multi-level
Okay.
marketing. I am comparing Scientology to Amway.
So many. You guys are like too smart for me.
Oh,
I'm like, what's that?
Okay, maybe Nicole and Shahara are too smart for you. That's fine. Definitely not this one. Not this one. The irony of this show is that it's called the Dunning-Kruger show, and I am one of the
And you
biggest,
are Dunning-Kruger.
I am the biggest example of somebody who thinks they're so much better at everything than they really are. So yeah,
It's
there's
like, is it narcissism? I thought you, like, when I was reading it, I was like, is this like narcissism or is it Trump?
Like ego.
It's an ego.
I would say
Ego trip.
I'm not a narcissist, but if I was, I'd be really good at it.
That's a good one.
Shahara, thank you for your book report
You're welcome.
on your wonderful secret society.
Mhm.
Nicole, tell us about your made up secret society.
So it's going to be called the Order of Anxious People, and we're going to have the nuclear codes because I think the president should maybe stop having it for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
I got anxious just hearing it.
yeah, and it's going to be open to anyone with social anxiety who needs to get away for a little bit. Their kids, the world in general. It's going to be essentially like a frat house, but with more alcohol. People just kind of come and go as they need to. And we're going to keep it a secret because people don't listen to us anyway. So, and then I'm doing it because I need this for personal reasons.
So would it be safe to say that your society's greatest achievement was convincing the world you didn't exist?
Exactly.
That is if you existed, you should get that on T-shirts. Edward, do you have what do you want to tell us about?
I got this one. I got two of them really, but I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with Boss. This is a secret organization called Boss, and it's big, overgrown, shitty Sasquatch. And what it is it's a bunch of interconnected families of Sasquatches that that just go around and shake people's farmhouses or scare people in the woods, and then they just run back into their interdimensional portals and snicker at them. That's it. That's all that they do.
No. I
I
think you're onto something here because that would explain why we can't find Sasquatch.
Yeah, we can't find. I think they go into an interdimensional portal. That's my theory.
It's nice too because it's scary but harmless. It's just kind of like pranks.
Right. It's just pranks. Yeah, they'll just take a big dump right behind you, and then another one, an owl will push you into it, and then you're like, oh, you shitty Sasquatch.
I like it. I like scary but harmless too.
That's scary but harmless. Yeah.
I think that'd be a great way to look at the world. We need more of that. We need more of that. It's yeah, you're gonna freak out, but you're okay.
Yeah, and then there's Noose, which is the new order of superheroes. So yeah, and that's just like, there's a lot of people like on my, if you ever like follow my like, my Instagram, the mongoose. If you ever follow my Instagram, you'll find that there's like a lot of like these young teenagers. They're like from like I say from like maybe 16 to like I don't know maybe 30. There's a lot of people who go out and superhero like they buy armor and they paint it up and they make these costumes. Some of them just make gadgets and they go around. They're actually out there like patrolling the streets. They're just looking for the courage and the encouragement to like fully go all out. But you know what I'm saying? I just say like with all the like mass shooters out there, like go ahead, man. Like go out there and like stop one. Like, be Batman. I'm totally all about it.
We need all the help we can get.
Someone please stop
Yeah.
them.
Right.
Mine's pretty simple. Mine's called the Midnight Owls.
Okay.
And the secret that they guard is how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Okay. How many licks do they take till they get to the center of the
We will. Everyone is invited. Anyone can join. I don't care. We will meet at midnight in barns and the woods and maybe graveyards. We will protect our secret by making sure that Tootsie Pops are not given out at Halloween. Because if they're not available, no one can ask those questions.
I hate.
And as far as why I would do this, because I'm nuts. Again,
yeah, I guess the question I would ask is why,
scary but harmless.
Why have the chocolate Tootsie Pop? I never understood the Tootsie Roll flavored Tootsie. Yeah,
Double chocolate.
You're banned.
No,
That's absolute crazy talk.
this isn't around the horn. I don't dock people points for bad answers.
You can love chocolate Tootsie Pops. It's all right. I'm sorry.
It's like the best marketing ever too, to just like make people think they want to know how many licks it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop.
Right.
Like, have you ever been happy to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? That's when I throw it away.
All right. Like it's got the
Thank you.
You probably throw it away when it's got that thin layer of the crunch on it. And you're just like, I don't want that.
Once I can start biting the actual actually, it doesn't even get that far. Usually, there's like a shell of candy still around it, and I just like bite it and get it over with.
Oh, that's true. It does. You know what? It does take the Tootsie Roll does taste better with the shards of candy glass in it. That's this is the
Shards
fact.
of candy glass.
They should make those. They should make those.
Yeah, just shard.
Just
Call
little
it shards of candy glass.
tiny balls of candy with Tootsie Rolls in the middle.
call it Galactus Chews. He's like.
Now, for this next segment, I will start by thanking Shahara, because during the conversation you and I had outside of the comedy spot discussing having this show, you mentioned something along these lines, and I went, that's a really good idea for a segment for this show. So thank you very much for the idea for segment 4. This segment is called Devil's Advocate. Now, unlike Russia, we do not have oligarchs in America. We do have rich white men who use their power to influence our political system for their own gain. And I know you're probably thinking, isn't that an oligarch? Yes, it is, but we just don't call them that.
It's called Congress.
Yeah, Russian, American, doesn't matter. When it comes to secret societies, rich white men always seem to be front and center. The Koch brothers, Bezos, Musk, Gates, Rockefellers, Jimmy Buffett, the Rothschilds, all those kinds of people. What we want to talk about, as soon as I find my note, here it is. What should we be calling our American oligarchs? We need, because when you hear the word oligarch, you're immediately going to think of, that Eastern European style of oil baron or whatever they have over there. But I want something American. Shahara, we're going first with you this time.
Okay, great.
Because it's from you. What did you come up with?
So you know how you guys all saw that like Bezos like went to space or whatever last fall, and just all of the billionaires like Bezos, Musk, and Richard Branson, they're all like fighting with each other to see who can go to space and who can make that the most whatever thing. So I've decided that what they're called is space racists. Because they're all trying to go to space, they're trying to beat each other to it, and obviously
That's crazy.
Obviously they're racist.
Space
So
racist.
I'm just like, really, you want to be floating on a planet in outer space? Guess what? You already are. Yeah, it's called Earth, and you're gonna miss it when it's gone.
But this is another planet. They want to float on that one.
So just cut to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk looking out the window of their rocket ship, just singing Bruno Mars's "I should have bought you flowers."
Wow, yeah. They're like,
You're gonna miss it.
they're like, Jay-Z can't get up here, right? There goes the neighborhood. Yeah. No.
Oh, see now that raises the possibility of inter-secret society battles.
Yeah, they're trying to get away from the Illuminati and the Boule. Those fucking
Yeah, the Boule and the space racists are going to go at it. That's
I just keep thinking of like, what's that show that came out on UPN that like single-handedly almost ruined the whole network? Is it?
Which one?
Like the one Brothers from Outer Space, I think. I can't. The one where they had like the lowrider, like spaceship, aerospace.
I want to
I
watch.
can't remember the actual name of it now. Now that I think about
I
it,
used
but
to
I
be a
remember.
huge UPN fan.
I do.
No, thank you. Yeah.
This might be going too
Some good
far
stuff
back,
on
but I do remember when I was in high school, there was a show on TV one time called "The Brother from Another Planet." Is that what you're thinking of?
Is that
No,
that was a thing, by the way. Yeah.
I just remember it was like dun dun and out of space. I can't remember the actual lyrics, but it was like, yeah, it was weird.
I have to
It's
find
sad
it.
I even remember it.
I've got to.
Like,
Oh, Boys in Outer Space?
yes.
Fine work.
Can you imagine that in the room when they're kicking ideas around? I mean, right now it'd be perfect. I would love it.
That's yeah. You often wonder how stuff like that gets made.
I just wish they had lived long enough for the space races. That's like the best. Space races is an excellent name for a show. Space races.
Yeah, but you got to say it like Space Ghost. You got to
Yes,
space races.
Yeah. They're like, is it a show about people in space or racist? Or is it about people racing in space? Is that you gotta watch it?
Okay.
You gotta watch it.
No, we get totally crazy. We make it wacky space racists.
No, wacky, yeah, like
So it's like
was Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Yeah, like 12 different spaceships, and they're all like competing for. And we still have no idea what they're competing for, but they're just racing.
Build-A-Bear.
Exactly.
Build-A-Bear space race.
And nobody ever wins, but
Do you go with the bald head or do you go with the Elon Pompidou?
Right? His haircut. Hitler Youth. I'm like, what the fuck aesthetic?
Right. Dude, is the box, do you choose the SpaceX, like the Falcon, or you choose like the giant dildo? Like giant dildo spaceship. What is up with him? Why do you do that?
Getting plastic surgery to look more like a supervillain. It's like really good branding for I think what he's going for, which is like the worst person on the planet.
He's like, and then we'll all be flying into space in our giant penises. You know, like nobody wants that.
yeah, Bezos really does have that Lex Luthor look.
He really does.
Oh yeah, he totally
Really got it. He's really got it down now.
He does, but it's more beaten by the fact that his ex-wife has stole millions of dollars.
But
good, now that's a true hero.
Hell yeah, good on her.
Yeah.
We'll write this idea down for a future show.
Space races.
No, not that one, but
I'm not gonna lie. I've never been on the Hollywood floor and they're like asking me like about a show idea. I'll cut to the check though.
I will not steal Shahira's idea. I have to draw a line somewhere.
What if it's the boule? What if they're surrounding you and they're like,
yeah,
give us
you can write on
a show now? Something
fine.
that speaks to our fears.
Okay, fine. Then I will call it Shahara Hyatt's Space Racists.
Oh.
I will throw her under the bus while I steal her idea. Like a true comedian should.
Amy
Nicole,
Schumer.
Nicole, what would you like? What would you like for American oligarchs to be called?
Okay, so I kind of screwed myself over with this one, but eventually I kind of looked up the word meaning behind oligarch, and it means essentially like few power, so it's like the elite. So I picked up. I'm really gonna try this. I'm sorry to everyone who speaks any language. Oligopolyalaxis, which would translate to few scruples.
Few scruples.
You said, I'm sorry to anyone who speaks any language.
I know, what was that? Klingon? Like,
If he's watching, Damien Harmony just had a seizure. So yes.
I hope you.
So hopefully he's still busy with his lesson plans.
Nice shout out.
I like that one. That's a good one. Few
Oh,
scruples.
boy.
Yeah, more.
Few scruples.
They're almost all always morally bankrupt, so that would totally fit.
I think I'm
Edward,
trying to. Yeah. So
what do you want to call a group of American style oligarchs?
oh man, the meta men, and they just live in the meta. There's like all the new guys that are all like what's it? What's his name? You know his name. The Facebook guy. I can't think of his name right
Zuckerberg.
now. Zuckerberg.
Yes.
Yeah. We got Zuckerberg and his close affiliates as they buy up all the like social media properties and you know what I'm saying, go into the instead of going to outer space, he's going to the inner space. And they're like finding ways to like buy up all the property and like trying to control that somehow before like the government gets in there. Because right now the government's like, that's some stupid stuff. There's no one's gonna, but in like 20 years from now, like, you know, we're all gonna be plugged into like a machine. Plugged in. I hope not.
Oh, I've already said if they ever make it possible to scan my brain into a computer and let me live forever, I'll be the first. I'll be at the front of the line.
Oh yeah, that's Elon Musk. He already got that.
Yeah,
So,
it's like that. It was a terrible movie with Johnny Depp, which I realize is a redundant statement, but
don't do Johnny like that.
He made a movie where they did that. Transcendence.
Is it?
Are you
talking about Johnny Transcendent, not Johnny Mnemonic?
Right, Johnny
That was
Mnemonic's different.
Keanu.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was because Henry Rollins was in it, but that's why I liked it. But yeah, okay, give me a second here. It's kicking in. What was I talking about?
The
You
acid
take a
is
little
kicking.
something? Yeah, I know.
They don't officially sponsor the show, so I can't put the package on the air. Anyway, it probably wasn't relevant. And never mind. Nicole, where am I at? I'm lost.
The Metaman.
Yeah,
The Metaman.
Yeah.
Thank you for resetting me. I appreciate that. This doesn't happen to me very often, but
Chad, did you give yours of what you would call them? The American
mine's coming up next.
okay, yeah.
Real quick, I wanted to point out to Edward that now that I'm thinking of Meta Men and he mentioned Zuckerberg, I'm picturing a Saturday Night Live sketch called The Meta Men with Zuckerberg at the head of a table, and it's kind of like the League of the what is it?
The evil Justice League, right?
Yeah, the League of Doom. Yeah, they got like a floating skull and a big triangle table with 13 people, and I think that would be awesome.
We're like, who is present?
Yeah, exactly. And they've each got like funny costumes and a weird superpower, and
right. And it's in the metaverse, so it could be like anything. Like someone could just
and
a floating piece of cheese or something. Right?
And the whole thing just feels weird and gross and like you shouldn't be watching it at that age.
Right.
Everybody
like, why are you using that SpongeBob avatar? He's like, I like it.
And everyone's wearing their underwear on the outside, and it's just it was just gross.
Oh, You obviously you like the new Batman with no underwear on the outside.
Superman, all the new superhero outfits. They even fixed Wonder Woman finally. So that was good.
What? Oh yeah, they gave her a skirt.
More of the Amazon Greek warrior type dress.
They're like, look, you can't just be running around in your bra and panties, lady.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess.
Oh well, I mean,
that's the most people. This is, I don't know, man.
I mean,
Man,
yeah.
I guess it's men's fault, right?
There was a time and place for that, and that time and place was Linda Carter. She got away with it, but nowadays you may not want to do that. Funny story: the original Wonder Woman was actually Kathy Lee Crosby, and she refused to wear that outfit. She had like a full-length pantsuit thing that she wore, and then they were like, "We want you to wear this." She said no, and Linda Carter was like, "I'll do it."
You know, with Wonder Woman, I mean, since we're on Wonder Woman, you know, you guys all probably know where she comes from, right? Like the guy who created her it was like him and his wife, and then they had like another, like kind of like a wife that lived in like in the basement. They said she was like the nanny, but really there was like into like these real kinky like sex things, and that's where the lasso of truth come on. He liked to be tied up, and then like it's crazy. There's like a whole documentary on it. It's like I was like, wow, okay, I didn't know Wonder Woman was born out of kink. I
am 90% sure you're bullshitting me right now.
No,
so
I am
totally
not.
looking. I am totally looking this up when this show's over.
Go ahead, yeah.
Like the kids Edward's part of the way he knows shit like this.
Yeah, that's my superpower. I just be knowing weird stuff like that. Like, where's the proof? And it's like I can't tell you. I can't tell you, but it's true.
Take my word for it.
I'll have to look it up. My name for American oligarchs, rich white men who control everything, is the Joy Suck Club.
Joy Suck Club.
Because they suck the joy out of everything for everyone else.
Who's in this club?
Yes. As I've explained to my children on multiple occasions, the people who are responsible for destroying everything around us don't care because they won't be here when it happens. And that's the problem. Yeah. So if you've ever heard people say, well, what happens when all the fossil fuels run out? They don't care because they won't be here. What about their kids? That's how little they care. Mm-hmm. Like Nicole said, no scruples, morally bankrupt.
No scruples, morally bankrupt. That sounds like a name of a movie. No scruples, morally bankrupt.
I agree.
Who would be in it though? Maybe that's where Bad Boys 4 can go.
Nice, Nicole.
So is it Will? It's Will Smith and Martin Lawrence busting a group of oligarchs in America.
I feel like they would have killed Will off and then brought on like someone else, like Kevin Hart or something.
I was saying that they probably will kill off. Right, they'll get rid of, not necessarily kill him off, but they'll just say Mike Lowry is now played by Michael B. Jordan. Because they look, he looks enough like Will Smith where you could be like, oh, that's Mike Lowry. But
yeah.
But then what would you do with Martin? Like, do you keep Martin or do you like
keep Martin?
How can you? Oh no.
No. You keep Martin Lawrence and you totally do not acknowledge it.
Oh wait, I don't even know what's going on with Martin Lawrence. I'm like,
oh no, we take it a step further. We give it the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus treatment, and in every scene, Will Smith's character is played by a different person.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And we never acknowledge it.
I love that.
Never acknowledge it. So like Michael B. Jordan for like the first 30 minutes, then all of a sudden it's Dwayne Johnson.
As Dwayne Johnson, you're like, whoa, man, you really been working out.
Yeah, but no one says anything. You just. I mean, and at the very end of the movie, when they shoot and kill the bad guys and high five and fist bump or whatever, it's like Bo and Yang from SNL. It just completely go off the rails.
Yeah, like I was thinking like Mark Wahlberg or something. But
exactly.
But that's like that one way better. And he's like, "Hey, you bitches!" Like
exactly. Yes, just like. So everybody in the crowd's like. Am I having it's like a collective theater stroke. And the actors are like, yeah, no problem, man.
At one point, it's Lin-Manuel or something like.
Perfect.
The whole song.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Aisha Tyler's in there.
The stage. Say what? Is Tyler in
Aisha
there?
Tyler's in there at some
Yes,
point.
I guess
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes. Wayne Brady, anybody, I don't care. See what DL Hewley's doing. I haven't seen him
right.
too. So
Oh yeah, right. He's all. I can't get that guy off my feed.
Yeah,
He's always in my Instagram stuff. Like, dang man, you sure do have a lot of opinions.
we're getting close. We're getting close to the end here. We got one more quick little segment we're going to do. We almost always end the show with this segment called "At the Movies," and here's what we're going to talk about. Hollywood has been preparing us for decades for the eventual takeover of our world by the reptilian overlords that dominate the subterranean portion of our planet. So let's talk about our favorite cinematic takes on our eventual domination by the return of the dinosaurs, or at least their smaller cousins. I'm going to start with Edward on this one.
Okay.
Edward, what is your favorite Hollywood take on
The subterranean.
yeah, the alien
I've
takeover,
always-
lizard takeover?
I always like the. Oh, I mean, are we doing that? Are we talking about lizard people now? Because I could definitely go in there. But no, I always like the Land of the Lost. I always like this old show I would watch on Sci-Fi Channel. It was like from the '70s, I think. If I don't know where. And I just loved it because it was like the dinosaurs was like a rubber suit, and you can really tell how it was like
It was
really
so bad.
Yeah, it was like kind of weird too, where you like I watch it, but I was like really just waiting for Bionic 6 to come on. But I was like, oh, this show's on. But then I started falling in love with it. And I was like, oh yeah, I love this weird idea. Now it's like fast forward, it's like, oh, this is a possible reality that somebody came up with this because they listened to Admiral Byrd. They read a page from Admiral Byrd's book, and they went off on it, And I was just so this whole idea of this subterranean reality is definitely something that sinks in with me, and I think Land of the Lost is a very good little peek into that. I gotta cut my nails. Look how long my.
I would like to start by saying thank you for saying that the Land of the Lost is some show from the '70s. You think because I actually watched it when it was on. So thank you for reminding me how old I am. And I was terrified of the end.
That banjo, right? It's that banjo intro.
Well, there's the intro where the dinosaur chases him into the cave, and then the dinosaur, the horrible rubber puppet turns and roars at the camera. I would always run out of the room for that scene, and then come back and watch the rest of the show.
It's kind of like it's
one little part would scare me.
It does have like this eerie kind of like '70s like it's like a weird eerie kind of horror vibe to it. Even though it's kind of lighthearted, it still kind of make you creeps you out a little bit.
The Slee Stacks were terrifying. The pointy headed monsters. With
oh my god,
eyes. Yeah.
But then you had Chaka, and he would like keep it down like Chaka. He'd be like Chaka likey. You'd be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Is this Monkey Man race? Is this a racist? Is this racist again? No, but
Chaka.
Racist?
For me,
I know Chaka's not racist. He's just he's a Sasquatch.
For me, Chaka was the equivalent of was the Land of the Lost equivalent of Scrappy Doo.
Yeah,
I didn't care for him.
Oh, bro, okay, there you go.
He was just there. Didn't like him.
Kind of like a weird, it's like a weird dude they try to put. It's like Iago or something. You're like, do you really need the talking parrot?
Shahara, what's your favorite Hollywood example of preparing us for the lizard men?
Ooh, okay, well, I have to go with, once again, low-hanging fruit, but Jurassic Park. The first one, I rewatched it recently, and it held up so well. It's such a good movie. It still looks amazing, which is really impressive, too, something from that era. It still looks like, I don't know, a lot of the effects look better than even some, like, modern CGI stuff. Yeah. I think, too, because they did, like, a combination of, like, practical effects and CGI. It's like, they just did it so smartly to, like, stand the test of time. And then obviously Jeff Goldblum is hot as hell. Laura Dern is like style inspiration. Everybody's got the khaki shirts, a little button down. It's like still such an iconic Halloween costume. And it is kind of like almost like children's horror, which is fun too. Like it's very like scary to children, you know, but I don't know, there was something fun about like tapping back into that on a rewatch. Where it was like, ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. And every time I go to Joshua Tree, like the real, yeah, whatever, Joshua Tree, you know, it's like, it looks like a prehistoric, like desert. And I always like to imagine that I'm at Jurassic Park and that there are dinosaurs
Oh.
around the corner.
Yeah, well, the thing with the practical effects,
Yeah.
it's funny because like you go back and watch something like The Thing, and how well those effects hold up versus the remake in 2005. Like you're
Oh
watching,
yeah.
you watch that and you're like, that looked terrible. Why does
That's
this movie from '80 look so much better? Like,
It's way scarier, right?
yeah, because the effects hold up. They look,
Like,
they still look good.
Because they really had to put that work in back then.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't have they couldn't just have somebody in a green suit run through and then fill it in later.
No substitution.
And have you
I
heard
know.
the story too? How like the special effects guy collapsed from exhaustion from making all that stuff.
Wow. I bet. I
man.
can't imagine the scale
All
that they were
right.
building stuff on. I don't know if you guys remember too, like the moment when like I forget which dinosaur or whatever, but is like screaming into Laura Dern's face and she's like looking up and is like screaming terrified and it's like such
Oh.
good acting. And
But
she
the
was
things
like,
like open up, right?
yeah. And she was like, I was scared because there was like literally a dinosaur face in my face.
Man, I was just thinking like that one scene too where they're like hiding from the raptors in the kitchen.
Yes.
That part is like we said, that's like childhood horror.
Yeah.
Like, I totally remember being like definitely afraid when that was out. I was like,
I
oh,
know. Like I would get in the cabinet in the kitchen if I have to.
right. And then there's like that guy. I mean, more scary than the dinosaurs is like the guy, right? Who's all like, he's like, what if one of these ripped it to your gut? And, you're like, oh, this guy needs meds. Like, why is he doing this?
Yeah, so that's mine.
It's a good one.
Nicole, what's your favorite the lizard
got
men are
Mickey.
coming?
So because I can't follow direction, I picked an episode of the original Twilight Zone series.
Nice.
I think we all know what I'm gonna say, but it's To Serve Man. It's when aliens come to Earth for humanitarian aid, and at the end they figure out, long story short, that the aliens came to eat them, and so this guy's like trying to warn them, and it just it goes south. But very good episode.
What season is that? I seen a lot. There's a lot of alien ones, kind of
Let
like
me
that.
look that up real quick.
I don't mean to put you to work, but yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it now.
The part of the alien, for those of you who don't know this, was played by Ted Cassidy, who played Lurch on The Addams Family.
Oh, okay. There you got that. See, you should be telling us what episode it is. We got the.
I don't know which episode number it is, but that is one of my. It's one of my all-time. Oh, there. Thank you.
Yeah.
What
So
about
season 3, episode 24.
Okay.
And it's absolutely one of the best, just because it's like watching Fight Club for the first time and not knowing what's going to happen.
Right, not knowing.
When it happens, you're like, what? And then when she solves the mystery of the cookbook, To Serve Man, it's a cookbook, and you're like, what?
What?
Like, these aliens aren't friendly and helping us, and they're shipping us off. They're shipping us off as food.
That's
which
I honestly thought you were gonna talk about the one where like they keep making the wish over and over, and then he keeps bringing them, and it's like a lizard. Isn't it like a lizard kind of like being at the end, like when he comes to collect?
Yeah, I think so. There's been so many episodes, and I have such a bad memory.
That was like, you can't ask him again. He's like, I can't keep asking him. He's like the milkman. Like the milkman episode.
Okay, I was like a monkey's paw type of scenario.
Right? Yeah. He kept bringing him stuff, and eventually he brings him an alien baby. He brings him like a little like lizard baby. They ask for a baby, and it's like a weird like. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like these lizard people. I wonder if they real. You guys think they real? You really? I mean, you don't? Okay.
No, I don't know that I do, but also it's kind of dark too. But like, at least what I've heard is sort of like that the idea that it all goes back to like reptilian people or whatever is like an anti-Semitic dog whistle. That it's supposed to be kind of like symbolic for like whatever, like Jewish global domination or something like that. So yeah, I didn't know that until like pretty recently too. I got called out like at a comedy show doing a joke that I had no idea had any connection.
That was a real lizard person.
Yeah, totally. I was a fucking lizard for that because I was so far away from whatever they were talking about. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're the one being offensive, but
he's like, the lizard race is strong. Yeah,
actually,
like, okay.
Actually, I just completely changed my opinion. Shahara, that was a lizard person.
They had to have been.
Yeah.
I was going to be so offended.
Yep, that's what. No, they weren't. They weren't offended. They were trying to politely shut you up so you'd stop talking about it.
That's probably it. Honestly, I never told that joke again. They got me to shut up.
There you go.
Oh, were they black? It could have been a boule lizard.
It was like a white lady who like raised her hand like we were in class.
Oh,
and so I was like, oh, do you want me to call on you?
Oh, I like Edward's theory there. There we go. So we've got all these organizations, and they've all been infiltrated by lizard people.
Yeah, all of them.
It's like double secret. So instead of double secret probation, we have double secret organization.
There's layers to this.
Yeah.
Layers.
It's like
that's pretty terrifying, though. I ain't gonna lie. If I was on stage and like I was like brushing on a lizard joke, and then like somebody got super offended like that, that would kind of like I was probably something like they're watching me. You're kind of big time too. So they probably like.
I'm on a list.
I remember the Red Room. What's it called? Is that the Red Room, right? It's called the Red Room.
I don't remember.
The one you used to do like the Lake Show, or whatever. The Lake Show.
Oh yeah, Red Museum. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Red Museum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. I love that.
Yeah. That's sweet, Edward.
I love that.
The only one, the one I was going to mention real quick before we get to we do our end credits here. I always thought They Live, John Carpenter's movie, was the best example. The one with Roddy Piper, where you put on the glasses and then you can see the aliens and the subliminal messages. And I'm just like, yeah, that would totally work.
Yeah.
We're 2 years.
Like, put them on.
We're 2 years into COVID. It would work.
Right.
That's all there is. That's all there is to it.
I remember that 30-minute fight scene. That's the best. Put on the damn glasses. It's like, why wouldn't he just put them on after like 10 minutes? It's like, all right, man, I'll put them on. But they fought like literally it's timed like 30 minutes. Like
that fight scene is well. I loved when they redid the fight scene in South Park.
Oh yeah,
when Timmy. When Timmy and Jimmy had their fight, they literally shot for shot recreated that fight. Just
put on the damn glasses. No, you're like, put on the glasses. Like, what's going to happen? Like, what would happen? Like, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. If Roddy Piper punched me in the face and told me to put the glasses on, I'd put on the glasses, a dress, a clown wig. I would ask questions.
Wasn't he's the one that was resisting though? I think Keith David was the one that was.
No. Keith David was the one I wouldn't put the glasses on.
Okay.
Yeah, Keith David wouldn't do it. And they beat the hell out of each other for literally like a third of the movie. Yeah, like a third of the movie. So
it's like weird. It's a very weird choice, but also a great choice. Yeah. I think that's what it means. Like the idea that it's so long. Like you're trying to like get somebody to look at something or pay attention to something, and they just don't want. They don't want to concede, right? Because they don't want to like.
They don't want to give
see it and then have to believe it, right? Have to be like, oh, like now I gotta worry about it, lizard man. That's how they look at it.
We've been trying to get people to wear masks and take shots for 2 years.
Oh my gosh, right? That might have been a whole lizard operation. So it's like maybe it was like COVID made it hard for them to keep their lower face like from lizarding up.
All I know is after my second Moderna, my scales look better than ever. So
5G coming in clear.
Yeah, whenever my tail's a little more prehensile now, it's great. Yeah, I'm really loving this. So that's going to be our show for the night. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank. As always, my host, Nicole Eichenberg, Shahara Hyatt, Edward Johnson for being our guests. And real quick, the most important part of this, Shahara Hyatt, what are your social media accounts where people can follow you and where can they see you performing?
Great. You can follow me at Scheherazade. It's my first name spelled out Shaherazad. And you can also follow the Moving Van Show at Moving Van Show. At Moving Van Show on Instagram, Twitter. We're on Facebook. That's my monthly pop-up show. Next show is April 23rd, Saturday. So follow at Moving Van Show and you get all the details. Thanks so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for being on. I really appreciate it. Edward, social media, and where can we see you performing?
You can catch me at the Mongoose, DAMOGOOS. The Mongoose at IG whatever .g, and then you can just catch me at the open mic. Tomorrow I'll be at the JB Lounge working on some new material. You can go ahead and check me out over there with Rico the Great and Danny Luna and all those cats. Yeah,
Awesome.
and then you'll go catch me at Vince's on Friday.
Okay, cool.
I'll be there.
Nicole, we do this every month, but we have to do it again because it's important. Social media, and where can we see you?
You can find me on most social media sites as at Nicole is just okay. I co-host 3 shows at Stab, the Dr. Dunning and Mr. Kruger Show, Dear Abby WTF, and Willie Listen. I have a website, NicoleIsJustOK.com, with more information there. Chad, what you got?
Absolutely nothing right now. I promised myself a few months ago that I wouldn't start doing stand-up again until I wrote new material. I've been open micing again. I got some new material. I'm moving away. I'm moving away from the dark stuff and going more, just going a little more silly, a little more fun, a little more. I think people are just tired of hearing, old white men bitch about their parents.
Oh man,
and I'm tired of hearing it too.
We can never. I mean, really. I guess I could understand it because I lost my mom pretty last year. So so I understand, like, there's like there's like a type of feeling that, like, part of my, as like always, like my mom always like it if I included her in my jokes. Like she always thought it was funny, especially like the most messed up stuff. She's like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my mom would. Yeah, my mom would not appreciate the jokes I'm telling about her. There's no question about that. If there is an afterlife, I'm going to have some splaining to do when I get there. Yeah. My sister won't even talk to me anymore.
Man.
Yeah.
Is this a bit right now?
No, it's
this is real life.
I do a joke about that, but no, my sister literally unfriended me, my wife, and all 3 of my kids on Facebook, and blocked my number from text. Because I wouldn't stop doing these jokes about our mom, and I'm like, you didn't like her either. What's the problem?
Joke number 3 was yours, right?
But it's always I've always noticed kind of a mid, because I grew up in the Midwest and the South, and there's everyone there has this thing about how you don't speak ill of the dead. So you basically just have to get it all in while they're still alive.
Oh, that's worse.
And then you have to die, and when they die, you stop. I disagree, but anyway.
I mean, especially if you enjoyed it. Oh yeah. Also, you can catch me my PlayStation handle, MC Gilla 777. That's 777.
That's super important. I'm
Nice.
that.
Right now I'm killing a bunch of zombies with samurai swords, and I'm loving it.
And if you're in town, Stab fans, I'll actually be performing at Stab at the Comedy Theater April 17th. I'll be headlining No Boys Allowed, so come see that. That'll be a good show.
What was it? What's it called? What's No Boys Allowed?
It's called No Boys Allowed. It's an all-women lineup, but men can come to see the show. So feel free to still come watch.
Nasty? No, what is it? Nasty?
Yeah. It's the Nasty Women's Organization. The new liberal women's comedy show.
Yeah, that's
a new.
That's Jess Roberts' show. She does a great job putting stuff together.
She's awesome.
Really proud of what she's accomplished lately. She's doing really good.
I'll check that out.
So, yeah.
Well, it's been great being here with you guys. Thanks so much for having
Same.
me.
Thank you so much for being on. Thank you, Nicole, Shahara, Edward.
Thank you, Nicole. And thank you, Chad.
Everybody watching.
Shahara, it's great to see you again.
Good night, everybody.
Peace, guys.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Thank you, guys. That has been the Dr. Dunning, Mr. Kruger Show, and that is it for us for the evening. Check us out tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Inside the Box. And 8 o'clock, or no, 9. We do it at 9. Domain Daddies. Me and Milk, and our special guest daddy this week, Corey Behringer. So check that out. Let's see where we can send the remaining Twitch audience. I don't know that we've been able to raid Convoy Improv. Let's see if we can. Let's give it a try. All right, hold on for the raid. I will see you guys back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock inside the box. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks, Chad. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'll get a message out to you here in a day or two. I know you had something planned for the next one. 2 lawyers, I think you were talking about.
Yes. So, I talked to one this weekend, and he's totally in. So I'll message Dana too and ask her about